Hello everyone, my name is Jose Perez, and I'll be talking about how I found my roots. Marcus Garvey stated, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." While growing up, all I knew is that I was Puerto Rican, and I had to be proud of that. But that's all I knew. I didn't know the history. I was born and raised in New York City, and hearing the terminology New York Rican was so common to me, it was like a sub-race of Puerto Rico that I believe. Well, my life turned around in my early 20s when I visited Puerto Rico for the very first time, and I discovered this new culture, this culture I didn't know of Puerto Rico. So, being that it was new to me, it left me with questions like, who am I really? Where did I come from? I decided to go on this journey to find my roots. I learned the real language, customs, and traditions of Puerto Rico. And lastly, I had to learn the difference of a New York Rican versus a Puerto Rican. During my first visit to Puerto Rico, I was in a culture shock. I felt disconnected with the people there because I didn't know their traditions, their customs, and I didn't even know how to properly speak Spanish. I learned Spanish just by my parents and peers in New York, and they never corrected me. It was accepted the way I spoke, because they pretty much figured out what I was trying to say, but I was never corrected. Customs, basic customs such as eating at a dinner table and everyone says buen provecho to each other, bon appetit, enjoy your meal. Little things like that we don't practice back in New York. The Puerto Ricans frown upon us. Traditions such as holiday celebrations. I learned that the holiday Tres Reyes, the Three Kings, celebrated after Christmas on January 6th. It's another holiday, just like I said, Christmas, and school is out. You know, the children are happy about this holiday because school is out all the way until like 7th of January. I also learned that Easter in Puerto Rico, they don't celebrate it with bunnies and eggs like we do in the States. It's a holy week for them. And another festive date is June 24th, which is the night of St. John the Baptist. That's celebrated by being near a body of water, and at midnight they'll dunk themselves in 7 times to represent baptism. So these learning to speak Spanish, these customs and traditions, I ended up learning, and it made me feel a little bit more comfortable, more connected with the people of Puerto Rico. Another factor that helped me feel more connected with the people was learning the history, some history, by visiting some landmarks such as the fortress El Morro. That's sitting on a beautiful in front of a beautiful body of water. You know, you get to go in there. It's open, it's free. You learn its history. It has a beautiful front view of the ocean. You know, the last thing that helped me feel comfortable with my people is learning to call myself a Puerto Rican versus a New York Rican. A New York Rican is the generation born in New York that failed to find its history, to know its history, to even want to learn, take the time out and energy to learn its history of Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rican people frown upon New York Ricans. So I, for one, don't want to be frowned upon. I wanted to know where I come from, my background. So in conclusion, visiting Puerto Rico several times helped me understand my culture and heritage. This was achieved by learning the language correctly and practicing their customs and traditions. Also, by visiting important landmarks of the island, I was able to absorb the history and cherish its value. All in all, I knew I gained by learning my culture helped me become more like a tree with roots entwined in the ground. I feel more connected with my people and proud to say that I'm Puerto Rican.